Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, again, and welcome to another podcast. This is a live commentary, a long overdue live commentary for the 2003 massive hit sequel to one of the best Marvel movies of of the early 2000s, and that is X-Men 2, X-Men United. This is the movie, and I'm finally going to see it after a while. It's over 2 hours long, so let's get started. It's 2 hours and 14 minutes. That's with the end credits, by the way. I skipped all the trailers and everything and just got right to the Marvel logo. Yes, this is a Marvel movie. Even though it was Fox, this has the Marvel name. It's a Marvel movie. I don't want to hear it. It's not an MCU movie yet, but it's a Marvel movie. Here's the narration. And Miss Marvel's a mutant. Yeah, so she'll probably be in the next X-Men movie. Imana's going to have a lot of doors open for her next year when the Marvels comes out. This is a cinematic universe, not just a neighborhood. I know. The score is great, by the way. I don't care if Bryan Singer's a sicko. He did a good job with these two movies and then with Days of Future Past. He's not doing the new one, so I'm fine with that. And if they're bringing back Hugh Jackman, hey, he's going to be in Deadpool 3. X2. I saw this one in the theater, too. I saw the first three, and then after Orange is Wolverine, I didn't go back for a while until Deadpool came out, because I skipped First Class. I skipped Days of Future Past in the theater, Apocalypse. I saw Deadpool, though. There's the White House scene. He says George Washington. This is a cool scene that still holds up, and this movie's 20 years old next year. This is the scene with Nightcrawler, who, by the way, never comes back. We don't see Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler ever again. We see freaking Cody Smith McPhee's version in Apocalypse, but he sucks. He doesn't have nothing to do, and he looks scared. He's like, I would like to go to the mall. It's not the same. It's not the same. This was basically a one-off character, and he's a major character in the comics. Not my favorite, but still, his powers are cool. This scene is cool. Even when I saw this in the theater, that music, that bombastic music, his tail, him teleporting, that's so cool. There's one thing about Nightcrawler I don't like, but I'm not going to say it here. You know why. That's awesome. This isn't even the longest X-Men movie, because Days of Future Past is the longest. The longest X-Men movie, because Logan is pretty long. It's about this long. But Logan is just kind of slow. That's the problem. And the downbeat ending sucks. I won't do that till next year, because Logan, there it is, looks great. Those contact lenses, yeah. He just looks better, like the Nightcrawler from the comics, unlike Cody Smith McPhee. He looks too young for it. It's like Jumper. You can't shoot him. He's a teleporter. This has the most X-Men in it, too, until the third one. But the thing is, the third one had too many characters in it. This one already had a lot of new characters. Pyro, freaking Colossus for like a blink and you miss it. Nightcrawler. Yeah, there was some new villains. You don't need 15 other characters. Like in the third one, you had what? The Juggernaut and Kitty Pryde, and then you had the freaking spiky-haired face guy. It was too much. Too many characters. Like I've been saying, in 2023, less is more. You don't need to overstuff a movie. That's why Eternals sucked. Even the worst X-Men movies are still better than Eternals. Like Last Stand, I'd rather watch that than Eternals. At the very least, At least Last Stand has Wolverine. That's someone I care about. I didn't give a shit about anybody in Eternals. They mostly sucked. Like people that had potential, like Brian Tyree Henry and Angelina Jolie, were underused, or they just don't do much. They just there. I didn't hate them. I just didn't making him gay and making Angelina Jolie like bipolar. It didn't work. Oh well. Also, this has William Stryker, played by Brian Cox. He's fine in it. I'm doing this podcast because I wanted to do this movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. There's Logan. They're only bringing Hugh Jackman back because Daniel Radcliffe is too recognizable to play Logan. They know his face. I would like to see a Canadian actor that's 5'2" or 5'3" playing Wolverine. Comic book accurate Wolverine. Because they're not going to give him the mask. They're not going to give Jackman the mask in Deadpool 3. If they do, they said it's going to look too silly. Again, nothing looks too silly in the MCU now after Eternals and Black Widow. Those had laughable CGI and really bad endings, like underwhelming endings. Look, a wolf. I forgot about this movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. I heard the commentary, I think, before the pandemic, but I don't remember a thing other than, I remember Mystique turning into, characters, and I remember the ending, which is so underwhelming because it pisses you off because you know what's coming in the next movie. It's like the ending of Apocalypse. Oh, Jean's going to turn into the Dark Phoenix again. And I'm like, no. Here we were interested. Then when we saw the execution because of Brett Ratner and the writers, yeah, they screwed it up. It's never going to be as good as the comics or the cartoon. Because it's just too late now. Don't do the Dark Phoenix saga unless you're going to do it faithfully. Like they did with Into the Spider-Verse. They did not hold back. There's Storm, played by Halle Berry. She did fine. She didn't have the accent, so what? There's a lizard tongue. These are kids because they have to learn. The next X-Men are not going to be 30 or 40-year-olds. They're going to be like in their 20s, which is fine with me because it didn't work in Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix because of bad writing. There's Cyclops. You better give him something to do next time, guys. Famke Janssen, I forgive her for not being the Dark Phoenix because, again, bad writing gave her nothing to do in Last Stand. Because I've seen in Taken, she was fine. She wasn't horrible in that. And I would rather watch her any day over any Bentos like Sophie Turner. I'm sorry. She does nothing for me. She looks like a little girl. Even after doing Game of Thrones, I don't take her seriously. And her accent always slips in everything she does. You're not American. Stop trying to be. Karen could do it better than you. And Karen isn't American either, but she does better roles than you. And she didn't do Game of Thrones. There's James Marsden. He has Sonic now, so I'm happy for him. She looks more like Black Widow than Jean in this movie. Yeah, she does. Cyclops is supposed to be the leader of the X-Men, and they gave him nothing to do. In the third movie, they killed him off. Why, Brett Ratner? You can't blame Bryan Singer for that, because at least he brought Cyclops back at the end of Days of Future Past in both cuts. Hey, Fox would be bought out by Disney. That was not a good acquisition. That's the only reason they're making money from Avatar. There's Pyro. Good actor, too. He was in Nikita. I don't know why they made him a villain. I know Pyro's supposed to be a villain in the cartoon, but he was one of my favorite characters in this movie. And then in the third movie, he just joins Xavier. He just joins Magneto out of nowhere, and it's like, I know they have one talk, but still. At least they didn't ruin Pyro in the sequels in First Class or any of those, because I just prefer these movies over First Class and Apocalypse and even X-Men Origins Wolverine. And I want the Iceman from the comics next time. He's a great character, and here it's Sean Ashmore looking scared half the time. He looks very like worried. It's a good actor. It's just give him something to do. Let him have the body of ice like he does in the cartoons. Don't be afraid to make it look ridiculous. Trust me. If Guardians took itself seriously, it would have sucked. You have a talking tree and a talking raccoon and an alien that speaks that doesn't understand logic with Drax. Yeah, I think we can take things seriously. We don't have to take things seriously anymore. If we can like those characters, we can like anything. There's Charles Xavier. Yep. The only one, in my opinion. McAvoy just doesn't do it for me. He's a douchebag, and he's not likable, and he looks weird bald. Patrick Stewart is Charles Xavier. You will never get a better one. In the MCU, I can have a new one, but it won't be the same. We did see him in Multiverse of Madness, and even though he's really old, the guy can still act in a chair better than McAvoy could on his feet. Sorry, but screaming like Morty is not good. Favorite movie in the trilogy? Yeah, it's pretty much almost everyone's favorite movie of the three movies that the two films Singer made and Brett Ratner, because Ratner just screwed everything up, man. Xavier School for the Gifted Youngsters. Any of these movies are still better than Morpheus, because even though Last Stand is bad, it's still better than Morpheus. Or Morbius, not Morpheus. Morbius. My bad. Excuse me. You're always sorry, Charles. I didn't even like Michael Fassbender as Magneto. I just didn't. They're just replacements. They weren't their own version. They were just replacement younger versions of them that wanted to have sex with each other more than women. I don't know the comics when it comes to these guys' sexuality, but it's not that. Hold on. Where's my book bag? I need some tissue. There's Brian Cox with a southern accent. Yeah. Even though him and Bruce Davison are the same age, so this line makes no sense. And I did read some of the X-Men comics. I'll take Last Stand over Dark Phoenix any day. Yeah, because at least Last Stand has Wolverine. He was so busy, but Jackman was so busy doing something else that he didn't even do Dark Phoenix. He had his one cameo in Apocalypse, and that was one of the better scenes of the movie. But it still sucked. The movie still sucked because it needed more of him. Quicksilver has one cool scene in that movie, and then in Dark Phoenix, they underuse him. It took WandaVision to realize that, yes, mutants can work in the MCU because she is a mutant. They couldn't say that back in oh, there's Kelly Hu. God, you're such a sexy woman. Deathstrike, Lady Deathstrike. Yeah, this is the 2 thumbs up from Richard Roper and Roger Ebert because Kelly is still hot 19 years later. Yeah, she's gorgeous. I'd have sex with her or Lucy Liu in a heartbeat with my pants down because I don't care. I ain't scared of nothing. You know, those women are in their 50s and they look better than women in their 30s that smoke or do drugs or mess up their face with surgery. Wanda's not a mutant. Yes, she is, Josh. Get over it. She's the daughter of Magneto. Her and Pietro are the mutants in the comics. They just said that they're people with abilities. You're mutants. Miss Marvel is a mutant. They even said it at the end. You have a mutation. Yeah. And the X-Men theme, that is not a coincidence. She's going to be an X-Men after the Marvels. Yeah. At least she's going to meet the X-Men. And Miss Marvel knows Miles because in the cartoons, they met each other many times. This is all connected. This isn't like the Batman and Joker with DC. No, these are connected. They're all connected. Wanda is a mutant. If Naya does a role like this, forget it. I'll marry her in a heartbeat, man. I don't need 10 years to figure it out. I know what I want and who I want. She is a mutant. There's no proof. Wait till the X-Men movie comes out in Phase 5. They're going to say, oh, by the way, Wanda, you're a mutant. That's why you didn't die in Multiverse of Madness. You're the same age. It's like saying, that's like if Haley Steinfeld said, I was doing movies before you were born. I'm like, her and Caitlin Dever are the same age. They were both born in December in 1996. They're the same age. Yeah, Anna Paquin. I'm conflicted about her. She's very cute and a good actress, but sometimes she's a little bit off for me. She's from New Zealand, but she was raised in Canada now. I'm saying in the MCU, Wanda isn't a mutant. In the cartoon, she's most definitely a mutant. Also, the hottest witch I ever see. But Wanda's fine as her own character. But I'm telling you, they're going to give her some kind of connection to Magneto when the X-Men show up. It's not going to be like, oh, these X-Men are not mutants. Yeah, they are. They're going to say they're mutants. They're not going to even hide that. Yes, I do like Anna Paquin and Jackman together. They're pretty much in close in origin because he's Australian and she's from New Zealand. They're close. She's a mutant. Yeah, exactly, Captain Ultra. He's a mutant. They're all mutants. If they have a connection with the X-Men, they're mutants. The Fantastic Four are not mutants. And also the Defenders and all that, they're mostly not mutants. They're mostly human with abilities. Because after I saw Famke Janssen in the Taken sequels, what they did with her character, yeah, I can forgive her, guys. Because she's not a Binto. She's from the Netherlands, I believe. Or, yeah. If they give Wanda a connection to Magneto, let her fight her own dad. Yeah, they're going to do that because they want to do a trilogy with her. They have to explain what happened. How did she get these powers? They didn't come out of nowhere. I mean, WandaVision kind of did some of it, but we still need to know who her dad was. It wasn't those two people that were, no, it's Magneto. It's just because of Fox, they couldn't say that she was a mutant. X-Men and the Brotherhood are all mutants. Yeah. There's a lot of X-Men storylines we haven't seen. We haven't seen the Starjammers or there's like an alien species. We haven't seen Mojo. Mojo has never been done in the MCU yet or in any of the X-Men movies. That would be a great villain to put first, not Magneto. We've seen him hundreds of times in the cartoons and in the movies. We need a new villain. Josh just thinks he looks ridiculous. I'm like, he's Jabba the Hutt if he had the entire internet and TVs around him. Yeah. He can work. Nothing is too ridiculous for the MCU. Nothing. Not Gwenpool or Deadpool or anything. If it's on a comic book page, and it was Marvel, why not do it? She-Hulk, it's not going to get any worse than that. That was Gen Z garbage, gay shit, and twerking. They're going to do that in X-Men? No, they're not. Also, Mr. Sinister, that's a great villain. Give villains a chance, Josh. You know that they can work. If you get a good actor like Keanu Reeves or Tom Cruise or something, it can work. It can work really well. Ugh. We're almost 20 minutes in. Mr. Sinister, we haven't seen him, and he was a Deadpool villain in the video game. Mojo is ridiculous, and plus it's very complicated to do. You say that, but then the Guardians happen. Mr. Sinister is one villain I could see working more than Mojo. Yeah, again, because Mr. Sinister is very scary looking. He's not like a mustache twirler. He's a really creepy looking villain. You have Onslaught. That's another villain that we've never seen. Because they tried to do MODOK, but it didn't work. That cartoon on Hulu, it failed because it was too stupid. But again, bad writing can make any character weak. Look at Deadpool. Look what happened with his first appearance in Origins Wolverine. It was a joke. Sinister was the arch nemesis of Cyclops. Yeah, but in the Deadpool video game, he's the main villain. It all connects, man. It all connects. Marvel doesn't have any more excuses. The only characters they can't use is Sony. That's why Morbius was not in No Way Home. That's why Venom was barely there. That's why they didn't do Craven the Hunter got pushed. Yeah, because it's a stupid movie and I don't care. Madam Web should be interesting. Cerebro looks cool in this movie. It always looked cool in these films. It's like a Siri. It's like the Siri of your brain. Yep, red. And I know Mondo and Petro are there somewhere. There's a lot of X-Men we've never seen before. A lot. Where's Dazzler? Oh yeah, they give her like a 2-second cameo in Dark Phoenix. Of all the movies to put Dazzler in, you put her in that. Cannonball. I want to see freaking Gambit done right. This film still looks amazing, by the way. I can give villains a chance, but I'm not a Kang guy. That's fine, Josh. I am, because I like them in the cartoons. He's not going to be. He's not going to be some dumbass villain from a DC movie. Madam Web, I'm split on it, especially with Dakota. I'm not scared of Dakota. Unless she hates men in the movie, then it's a problem. What I hate is a movie that hates on men, like Fembusters and freaking Don't Worry, Darling. You do not treat men like shit, okay? You don't do that, writers. You don't do that. I take offense to that. I'm split on it, especially wait, Hanslaw, not a fan of that character. He's pretty dull. Well, he's a cool looking villain. Galactus, we have to get that in phase 6. We have to. They can't tease people anymore. They have to put them on the screen. I thought Madam Web was an old lady like in the comics. Yeah, but they're making her some 30-year-old beautiful woman. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Also, you're not going to have Logan smoking in a PG-13 now. In Deadpool 3, yeah, because it's an R rating. They can smoke whatever they want. See, she looks like Black Widow in this movie. Cannonball is a very weird character for me in X-Men. Galactus, we're ready. We have to put him because they can't tease him anymore. I really want to see Dazzler somehow, and I'd love to see Polaris. Exactly. Don't hide these characters. You can't say they're too ridiculous for the screen. Gwenpool is ridiculous, but she can also be hot and funny and interesting. Oh, she's a psychopath. So is Deadpool in the comics, and so is The Mask. Yet they could do The Mask like the comics if they want to do a reboot. Don't you dare try to remake the Jim Carrey movie. It can't be done. You would have to be accurate to the comics, and sometimes that takes risk. And I'm not a pussy. If I made my own comic, it would be R-rated, an R-rated movie, not a PG-13. Maybe no more multiverse than Madam Web, yeah, if it's done right. I got to see a trailer first. 1, not 4. 1, because too many trailers nowadays spoil half the movie. Oh, you gorgeous Asian girl. Oh, no, that was Mystique. Yeah, I forgot. See, again, it's been a while since I've seen this. Mystique was pretending to be Lady Deathstrike. And I'm sorry, as much as I love Jennifer Lawrence in The Hunger Games, Rebecca Romijn is the real Mystique. Because she was a much better Mystique. She was always in the makeup. She never had to be in human form for more than 5 minutes. Because Rebecca Romijn, we know what she looks like. I'm just very torn on Gwenpool. Deadpool, he's finding the way he is to avoid going too far. Yeah, especially with the sexuality. I'm like, again, she is a woman. They're not trying to hide that, Josh. They give her a one-piece bathing suit. That's going to be in the movie. Sorry, but they're not going to put this conservative look. Fuck your conservative look. And you got to get the looks in the comics. Mystique doesn't even wear clothes. And yet this got a PG-13. Why? Because it's latex, so it's covering her private area. But that's it, though. Yeah. Wolverine should always be R-rated. Yeah. That's why he's in Deadpool 3 and not X-Men 2014 or whenever it's coming out. You can show a woman naked. It's not going to get a freaking X rating because that Blondie didn't even get released in theaters because it horrified people on Netflix. Oh, look at her tits. Look, because she's getting us abused. No, 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 no. I don't want to see that. I want to see a woman in a sexy, positive light, not in a freaking, 50 Shades or 365 Days. No, that is not for me. Unless Gwenpool is a lesbian, then it's a problem for me. But that's not a problem now. They're not going to do that in the MCU because they tried to do the gay shit in She-Hulk and Black Panther 2 and the Eternals, and it all failed. Yeah, it's failed because you're not going all the way. This isn't blue is the warmest color. That went all the way that it got an NC-17 because there's canalingus. Hmm. I'm not trying to hide a girl's femininity. I just want to be too explicit. It's not disgusting, and if it was disgusting in the comics, the movie would have been banned. They would never even be published. I believe in a feminine way of doing sexy, yeah, but you can't have like what they did in Resident Evil, the remake of the third game. They gave Claire pants instead of the shorts skirt. I'm like, you conservatives don't even play video games. I'm a guy. I need to have some sexiness when I female video game characters. Don't try to be liberal. Gwenpool, she's too weird for me. Yeah, again, I like weird, Josh. Look at my Facebook post. I got a picture of a woman in a freaking one-piece bathing suit, in latex on my freaking Facebook page, and I have no shame. Heather Stevens, man. There's nothing like her. Like, that is something I want to see Gwenpool wear. Something like that, I'd flip backwards for you. It can't be done, yeah. Again, don't care what conservatives think. 26 minutes in. Ousty. Yeah. I know. I've seen the cartoon. I played as him in the X-Men video game. Thoughts on No Way Home last year? I loved it. I have it on Blu-ray now, but I'm going to show it on my new in the new year. You don't have to do everything like the comics, but damn it, you're not going to make Gwenpool wear pink pants. That's not the character. You got to be comic book accurate. Oh, but Disney's going to be pissed. Disney doesn't own Gwenpool. That's why they haven't used her yet. Fox still does. I like weird, especially Dracula, but sometimes weird can go too far. Karen should wear something like Heather's outfit. That interracial Marvel can do that too. This makeup looks great, by the way. It still does. Yeah, the insignias in the movie I could do without that because I'm not Catholic, guys. I'm not a Catho. We get it, all right? We get it. Nothing. At least he was better in this movie than in Son of the Mask. Oh my god. That performance hurt me. That hurt my generation. That's why I wanted to do this movie this year. That makeup is amazing. It looks really it looks like the comics. It's blue, dark blue. There's no limits in sexy, only it's too much. Pink pants are adorable. I'm like, no, it's just I wanted to show it, but I don't want to get a copyright infringement. You saw his fingernails? There's a lot of characters in this movie, but they don't have like 50 of them. 3 is when they went too far with adding too many characters in that. Origins, Wolverine, Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix. Yeah, too many characters. Because, like I said, with Black Widow, they give her the sexy outfit with the tight ass and everything. But then when they had Yelena, she's boring. There's nothing sexy about her. I don't want any more Yelenas or hobos or freaking Jyn Ersos. No more. Sexy women can't look boring. I'm sorry. I need something to make my eyes pop out of my skull. That's what I want. And I got that in most of these movies. They didn't have to be in a thong or something. I mean, look at Mystique. No clothes most of the film, and I'm fine with that. I'm heterosexual. People don't get that. They want to see guys sucking dick, but they don't want to see a girl's beautiful body. Again, you lose. Hey, look, Harry Potter, Josh. Harry Potter's the guy blinking, and he has the Harry Potter hair and the glasses. Yeah. Yeah. Squirrel Girl. Yeah, she's cute, but she's not really sexy. That could be feminine. Yeah, but she's cute, but she's not like, she's more like Miss Marvel. She's cute. Brie, I could see her in the Warbird outfit. I could see that because it's a very hot outfit in the comics. And they did it in the cartoons, and no one said it was too sexist. There's nothing sexist about a woman embracing who they are. I'm tired of this non-binary shit where I don't know what I am. Am I a boy? Am I a girl? Am I a thing? You are what you are. What you're born as, that's what you are. There's nothing that can, no surgery or any mindset can change that. There. Mic dropped. It's like Demi Lovato. I don't know what I am. You're a girl. Just get over yourself. Mm-hmm. You're welcome, Captain Ultra. You are what you are. There's nothing that can change that. Yeah, the shades are cool in this. That's why with Ty Sheridan, I felt sorry for him. I didn't hate him in Apocalypse. It's just they gave him nothing to do. His first scene, he's like going blind and he's in the bathroom and he's not getting... Who introduces a character in the bathroom? It's disgusting. That's disgusting because he's like, I'm going to knock on the door until you get out, and then kaplooey. And I'm like, that would have been a cool scene if it wasn't in the bathroom. It just looks stupid. I'm like, yeah, and he's a good actor, and they keep wasting him in these movies, these big budget movies like that and Voyagers, and even Ready Player One. I'll see it first. Fits for Caitlin. Yeah, I would put her as Squirrel Girl. Warbird, do it without scaring little girls off. Little girls are not afraid of who they are. I thought you hated seeing your review in the past. Hated the scene. The scene. What do you mean the scene, Josh? I thought you hated the scene, your review in the past. I don't like Apocalypse, but Ty Sheridan is not the problem. I'm so sick of these made-up terms like non-binary and gender fluid. Stupid. It doesn't exist. The only fluid that comes out of me is sweat, blood, and tears. And other things that I'm not going to say here because I don't want to get a guideline strike. And by the way, a non-binary, we're not computers. Computers have binary codes and phones and TVs and things, not human beings. We're not machines. We're flesh and blood and a bunch of science. Science. Sean Ashmore's a good actor, but he doesn't do much. Like in the third one, he has one fight. With Pyro, he headbutts him. That's it. There's a lot of talking in the beginning. I thought you hated him. No, I don't hate him, Josh. It's just I hated what they did with his character. He's supposed to be a leader, and in Apocalypse, they give him nothing to do. And then in the next movie, he also has nothing to do, and he's just pining for Jean for the whole movie. I remember Cyclops in the cartoon. It was not like that. He wasn't whiny or underused. And he wore the blue and yellow outfit. I like that better than black. Yeah, I'm sick of that. The X-Men cannot wear black this time. They have to go all colors all out. Just go all out, man. Nothing is too ridiculous for Marvel. Color is not going to make your films flop because Lightyear and Strange World had color and they still bombed because of the gay shit. We don't need it. I'm not preaching. It's the truth. It's a sinful lifestyle that people should not be living, thinking that it's okay. It's not okay. Biden. I hope they don't make Iceman gay. No, they're not going to do that. Mm-mm. Ian McKellen's gay. I don't care. He's 80 years old now, right? He's like, I've done Lord of the Rings and I've done this, so I'm scared of nothing. And he did Cats. Oh, yes. Had the chance. First of all, you can't kill. Xavier doesn't kill. He'll defend himself, but he's not a killer. Here we go. So an action scene. I thought I wasn't going to see that for an hour. And yes, I do like Superman Returns. I know a lot of people hate it, but it's still better than The Last Stand because Brandon Routh really tries in that movie. You should have killed me when you had the chance. I'm like, I don't say chance. I say chance. You gorgeous Asian. And she has like 2 lines in the movie. There's Harry Potter again, Josh. He does look like Daniel Radcliffe in like the first 2 movies. The kid that can blink his eyes and turn the TV on. Hello, little boy. Because any kid that has those glasses, is that a stormtrooper? Yeah, they look like stormtroopers. No, Iceman's not going to be gay. If they do that, trust me, they're going to lose a lot of fans, especially me. I'm one of the biggest Iceman fans. I still got my comic somewhere in this house. I love that comic from the 90s that I saw because he was one of my favorite characters in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Yeah, love that character so much, voiced by Frank Welker. That cartoon got me into Iceman in the first place. I don't want to see some gay twat. I don't want to see that. I'm done with that. I'm done. Pandering in a comic book movie doesn't mean anything. In the comics, Deadpool is pansexual. They're not going to do that in the movies. He's into Vanessa. That's it. You don't need him banging Wolverine. I don't want to see that in this universe or any other. No, thank you, sir. Bros flopped. Why? Hollywood is too homophobic. We don't do well because hetero people want to take over the world. We are the world. Yeah. He said bub. I don't know who this mutant is. I have no idea. Maybe Banshee? I don't know. It's not Black Canary. That's DC. White and Black Canary? Oh, that hurts, yeah. That is annoying. I think that is Banshee. Yeah, please. Mute her. Here we go. Oh, yes. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If this was Logan, he'd be gushing blood right now. I just love how... I love Hugh Jackman's yell, man. It's so manly. Radcliffe, he's a good actor, but I can't see him going... I can't see him doing that. Because he's a little guy. He's too cute to be a Wolverine. He's not a manly man. He's like... Remember in the Lost City when he's the villain? He's like, "You're going to leave me here?" I'm like, yeah, that made me laugh. I don't know. He's too comedic to be Wolverine. I could be wrong. I don't know. There's Colossus. Yeah, love it's a cameo, but hey, we got Colossus in the in Deadpool 1 and 2, and he did something in that. That's right. Again, there's a reason why Jackman is coming back, man. He still has that Wolverine, he has that growl that Wolverine has, that animalistic behavior. That's why he was cast. Because he's a Broadway actor. And they got a Broadway actor to be one of the most vicious Marvel characters ever. Colossus didn't do much in these movies. Yeah, he's basically a cameo here. But in Deadpool, they finally did it right. And Deadpool 2 especially. That fight with Juggernaut was pretty cool. Yeah, I love when Wolverine... Now, granted, in Origins, Wolverine screams too much. But that's bad direction. But when he's like stabbing somebody and going, that's awesome. But when he's just like coming out of water, that's too much. This guy was also in the remake of, what was it? The Hills Have Eyes? Yeah. Hugh is the great. Yeah, he's great. Like, I just love his, if he does that to Ryan Reynolds, I will laugh for days. Like, you saw that the poster of Deadpool 3 has a slash mark because, Deadpool's been knocking on Wolverine since the first movie. It's like, you want to talk shit? Let's go! And I'm like, yeah, that's going to be awesome. And both of them have blades, so it's going to be pretty cool. Deadpool has his swords and Wolverine has his claws. Yeah, it's going to be good, man. The MCU is looking the Marvel Cinematic Universe is in good hands. Screw the gay shit we got in Phase 4. We're not getting any more of that. You do that, you're going to lose your audience. Eternals is never getting a sequel. That's non-negotiable. They're never going to get a sequel. If they get a Disney Plus show, fine. 2 of them. Don't put 10 of them. We don't care. The only reason that Colossus was underused is because Bryan Singer's not a fan of the comics. He said it himself. He's not a fan. That's why he did his own thing. And then Brett Ratner did his own thing. And look, didn't work. He pulled The Last Jedi years before Rian Johnson was a thing, where he ruins everything by killing characters off. Yellow and brown, yep. Again, that's the Wolverine, man. It's a cinematic Wolverine, but yeah. I just want to do that in the theater again. I haven't done that in the theater since No Way Home, man. It's been a while. This movie's good, but it's way too long. I think 10 minutes could have been trimmed from the beginning, because there's like a lot of talking the first 20 minutes, and then, yeah. God, this movie's so freaking awesome. I know the nostalgia critic wasn't into these movies. He just thought it was okay. When the action kicks in, it kicks in fast. Yeah, Wolverine is going to have his classic costume. They have no more excuses. Fox is not owned anymore. Now Disney owns them. The acquisition is going to save the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. I prefer the yellow and brown always. Just yellow and brown or yellow and blue. He has to wear that mask. Then it's on. People will just cream their pants if they see that mask on Hugh Jackman. That's the Wolverine from the comics. This is the cinematic Wolverine where he has no mask. That's fine. I'd love to see Psylocke and X-23 again, but not the girl that from that show that she does, Dark Materials. No, not her. Somebody different. Naya could be a sexy Psylocke and maybe someone a sexy X-23. They wanted Mary Elizabeth Winstead, but I think she's too old now. She's like in her 30s now. She's going to be in something, I think, in Ahsoka. It's almost 12. It's almost 12. 1 o'clock. At this point, Iceman in this movie might as well be Jack Frost. Yeah, that look on his face, man. I just want the comic book accurate Wolverine, even if he is 6 feet tall. Give him that mask. Sean's like, it's too stupid. They can't put a mask on him. I know that Hawkeye didn't have a mask either, but they gave him the purple outfit. Even the CGI sucked in Phase 4. Most of it, not all of it, though. Shang-Chi, I can forgive it because it was a mystical, like fantasy action film with martial arts. I can forgive that, and Spider-Man No Way Home. But Black Widow, that CGI background was bad. And Yelena blowing up like a Looney Tune, that was stupid. And Eternals, the CGI was average. It wasn't mind-blowing like some other movies, yeah. Oh yeah, I love that they put an NSYNC song in the car. Yeah, that's dumb. Maybe Olivia Rodrigo as X-23. That'd be amazing. That guy, cool makeup. Caitlin, Firestar. We need to see more of her soon. Yeah, I want Caitlin in the MCU or DCU, either one. The new DCU. William Stryker. Yeah. This film still looks amazing. This and Superman Returns. Singer, say what you will about how freaky he is. He can shoot a movie. Him and the cinematographers. Wolverine, yeah. His dog tags. Bye. Yeah, that's so stupid. It's for 2 seconds, guys. It's not like Thor Love and Thunder has a joke every 2 minutes because Taika Waititi can't restrain himself. He needs some Ritalin, man. Ritalin and a leash so he doesn't go crazy again. Because Anna Paquin, say what you will about her accent in this, she's not a cartoon character. The CGI and Phase 5 trailers look way more promising. Oh, yeah. Ant-Man and the Wasp, it looks like a Star Wars movie. It does. It looks like the Star Wars movie I wanted 7 years ago. Disney. You and your freaking pandering LGB and freaking feminism. Yeah, shove it up your ass. I think women should be sexy and female. I'm excited for Ant-Man. Yeah, the way Kank says Ant-Man, it got me invested. Jonathan Majors is going to be great. He's going to be great as a villain because we know he's not dying. The next Avengers movie is called Kang's Dynasty. So sorry, Josh, you're going to see a lot of him. This is the new Thanos. Sorry. This is the new Thanos for the Avengers, not for the X-Men or the Fantastic Four. Because at this point, they could throw any character in the MCU. And if you cast it right and you're faithful to the comics, you're going to please a lot of fans. You don't need a big budget. Deadpool did not have a big budget compared to Avatar 2. And look how much money it made. Yeah, because they thought with their brains, not with their freaking ass. Let me eat something. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat some of these nuts. Is he nutty for nuts? Anti-mutant protest. Again, prejudice sucks. I get it, people. This is more relevant today than it was back in 2003. These peanuts are good. A beer. You're not going to see that in a PG-13. This is her in her human form. Oh, my God. You are gorgeous, Rebecca. Absolutely gorgeous. And she can act. I've seen it in other movies like The Punisher. Yeah. Yeah. It's not a sin for a woman to look beautiful. Stop trying to say, oh, my God. Shave legs. That's why I'm attracted to Brie Larson. This is the same scene they did in Days of Future Past with, yeah. The Marvels has my excitement, yeah. There is no girl like her. She's... Hey, at least she doesn't rape the guy. That would have been really offensive. Damn, she's so hot. And even that CGI makes her look hot, too. If this was done today, they'd say, oh, that's so sexist. A woman is taking advantage of a man. He's drunk. And he probably was going to do things to her. Did you see Wonder Woman 1984 with that drunk hobo in the street hitting on poor Kristen Wiig? Why did they treat Kristen Wiig like she had leprosy or something? She's gorgeous, guys. How dare you do that? Not Patty Jenkins, but the writers said, and we're going to make Kristen Wiig have frizzy hair and glasses. That did not turn me off. The Marvels has my excitement more, I know. But that's coming out in July, so... I was so happy when Marvel got the rights back from Fantastic Four. Yeah, because Fan Snorstick is still one of the worst movies I've ever seen. You can still show drinking and smoking and sex in a PG-13, but minimal. It's no crime when you get over the toxic with those three. Violence ain't no problem in PG-13. Hey, little Sims, you finally made it. We still got another hour and change to go. Not everything needs to be like the comics, but respect the comics. Don't treat us like we're stupid. Hey, John, what's up, pal? My Christmas was good. I had a good Christmas. X-Men 2 is one of my favorite Marvel movies. It's one of my favorite X-Men movies alongside Days of Future Past, Logan, and Deadpool. Yeah, because those hold up. Fantastic Four is one of the worst. That and Eternals bored me to death. You feminine Asian, you. Ugh. They're both from the UK. Yeah, exactly. There's hundreds of mutants in the comics. No, I don't have The Last Stand, so I can't do The Last Stand. I could do Days of Future Past. That really is the real X-Men 3. And I could do Logan, and I did the Deadpool movies already. Because I know that they have X-Men 3 on Disney Plus, but I'm not watching it there. The movie hurt me. Doctor Doom, yeah. Oh, we're getting that soon. They didn't show him in Black Panther 2 because the movie was too emotional. I don't want any more of those. Too sad. Make me laugh. Don't make me cry. We didn't know that Boseman. We didn't know Boseman was gonna die, but still, no more depressing ass Marvel movies, please. DC does enough of that on the CW, and soon that's gonna be bought out too. It was not so good, man. It's not a crime for girls to be sexy. It's not. Caitlyn Deaver's sexy no matter what she wears, Josh. At the Oscars, I would have like, ugh, God, like 2 years ago, not last year or this year, but before the pandemic, ugh, I just wanted to wail on her. I know that's a very male thing, but I just get a little nervous sometimes about the show. I'm not nervous. I talk about sex all the time on Facebook because I have no filters. But I'm still a girl lover despite my worries about it. Yeah. A female was made for a man not to be alone. That's the purpose of the females of this planet. Yeah. So keep your non-binary shit to yourself, Disney. They were made to be the pleasure of a man's thing. Yeah, these liberals want these women to be not sexy. Like, you're going to like these women dressed up in freaking camouflage. No. Oh, baby. I never saw True Blood. I only saw clips from that show. But she had a southern accent in that, too. Anna Paquin. And you're a woman. You're not going to pull the Ellen Page and say, I'm a dude now. No, you're not. You're not. And I want to see Rogue with the red hair next time. The red hair and the green and yellow outfit. Again, there's nothing too ridiculous for me. People love accuracy. That's why Deadpool works so well. Yep, she breathes cold. Like Elsa's breath. Unfortunately, she can't get too deep because she can suck out his life force. That's why I wouldn't want Caitlyn to be a rogue, because she can suck your life out with one kiss. Yep, chug, 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 chug. Kitty cat ball. Yep, that cat licking his claws is still less ridiculous than him in the bathroom in Origins of Wolverine. This guy, I hate that Marvel and DC pander to the woke. They shouldn't do that. Because that snowflake character that Marvel created, that will never get a Disney Plus show. As soon as that comes out, they're going to ban it. They're going to say, this is for mature audiences. Yeah, because he's a fruitcake. And he's part black, I think. And that's not going to sit well. Keep your agendas in your pants, Disney. Don't you dare put it in any more of my shows. Because Tatiana is a gorgeous woman and she doesn't need CGI to make her more enhanced. Did you see her in Orphan Black? Oh my God. Yeah, it does have way better CGI. It has better CGI than the god-awful CGI in Morbius or Venom 2. And it's the same universe, guys. They got to stop acting like Sony is completely different. It's a totally different thing. No, they have the same Marvel characters that exist in the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the Avengers and the Defenders and all that. It all connects somehow. It's not that. And Magneto has nothing to do in this movie till the third act. Don't you mean vomit? Yeah, I do mean vomit. Venom. Because, like I said, I'm sick of these movies being so sexist that they have to make. Because with freaking Don't Look Darling, don't worry darling, you know why they got bad reviews? Because it's a sexist movie. How dare you kill off the men in that movie? I don't care how much of big of assholes they are. You could have gotten them arrested. You didn't have to kill them. That's literally a slap in the face to my male masculinity. How dare you do that? And again, I can't blame Olivia Wilde. I'm going to blame her dumbass writer. Fire that writer, Olivia, please. You're better than this. Hire a male writer. It's not going to hurt you. I met her and she wouldn't hurt a fly. But that writer of hers can suck it. Sexist pig. I'm going to make men forgettable and book smart, and I'm going to kill them off, and don't worry, darling. Well, your next movie, if you do that, oh, we're going to get you. Because we don't forget. Yeah. He's not gay. He's not gay. There's not a problem. Everybody has abilities. I can see things before they happen. I knew Lightyear was going to flop. I knew Strange World was going to flop. Openly gay characters, that is box office poison now. Not everybody's going to accept it. In some countries, they cut your head off for being in the LGBT. It's a sinful lifestyle choice. I'm sorry, but it is. It's bad. It's not meant. It's not natural. It's not natural. It's wrong. That stupid flag doesn't even exist. It's not even a real country. Yeah, that's right. Lick it, kitty. Lick it. How dare you say you treat mutation like it's some kind of a disease? It's not. Look at Jubilee and her sparkling hands, and Dazzler. She can sing and throw atomic blasts. Mm. Yeah, because don't worry, darling. It shouldn't be like that. You don't have to be sexist. We get it. Your main character is a female. You don't have to shove that in my face. Yet Angel, they put him in the next movie, and he has a good opening. The kid crying, that is better acting than anything they did this year in Morbius or some of these other movies where it's Oscar worthy compared to some of the things. Exactly. Look at me. They think that they could judge my face. Yeah, I'm not like your other kind. Mm-hmm. I agree. Halle Berry is gorgeous, even to this day. That brown skin of hers is it's milk chocolate, if you ask me. Because how dare they give Angel this really dramatic scene in the beginning of X-Men 3? The kid's crying his eyes out. I'm like, I felt so sorry for him. And then he grows up into a good actor, Ben Foster, and they give him nothing to do. And they have to shove a metaphor down my face. We get it. He has angel wings. We get it. Even in Apocalypse, they give him nothing. I would pep Famke Janssen's hair. Why not? She still has her hair. She doesn't have alopecia. No wonder Jada Pinkett Smith never had long hair, because she's had alopecia since she was a little girl, probably, where you lose your hair, and it sucks. No, I want a woman with a full hair. Healthy, long, voluminous hair. And wave them like you just don't care. That would have been Taika Waititi. It's like, wave your hands like you don't care. I'm like, no. Not everything needs to be a joke, guys. That scene with Nightcrawler was mostly subtle. Some of the dialogue is a little bit on the nose, but oh well. It is what it is. They shot him. Hope you had a good Christmas. I did, Classic Film Collector. I got a lot. I got a new game. I got another movie. And I got a nice gift card, which I'm going to use. I showed it on Facebook. Poor Logan. I bet Brett Ratner didn't like the undertones. Yeah, because fire. Yeah, you don't want to mess with fire, guys. You get burnt. Disney, you mess with fire again, you will burn to the ground. You're the only reason you didn't go to the poorhouse this year is because of Marvel. They saved your dumbass. They did, despite the problems with Moon Knight and Miss Marvel being too short and She-Hulk. No, they saved your ass because your Pixar movies are not making monies anymore. They teased everyone with Angel. It was disrespectful because he's one of the original 5 X-Men. Yeah, and he's a good character. I know what he is. But give him something to do. Besides, I'm going to jump out of a window and I'm going to save my father. That's it. He has nothing to do with the final battle at the end. He doesn't try to stop Jean Grey. No, he just jumps out the window. Yeah, Angel is a good character. Use him next time. I don't care if he has wings and that's it. No, give him something to do. Ant-Man was not a big character in the Marvel comics before the movie came out. I didn't care about Ant-Man until I saw that 2015 movie, and I'm like, it's a good character, and they used him. They didn't put him in Civil War for 2 minutes. They gave him a battle, and then they put him in prison, but they used him. Use your characters, Marvel, Sony, 20th Century Studios. Use them. I don't care if it's 1 scene or 5 scenes. Use them. I saw Avatar 2 and I kind of like it more than the original. The story is way better. It's too long. Classic Film Collectors, too freaking long. 3 hours. This movie's only 2 hours and 14 minutes. We're already an hour in and I didn't feel it that much. Just the first 30 minutes. Yep. Ghost Rider, I would like to see done better again. Get a guy with a southern accent that can do it, or can do a good southern accent like Norman Reedus as Johnny Blaze. Not that Spanish version we got in freaking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. No, that just didn't do it for me. He's cool looking when he's the Ghost Rider, but when he's in human form, like he's the guy from freaking Terminator Dark Fate that can turn like into sludge. Yeah. This is still a good movie, man. It still kicks ass. The action is still some of the best. And it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. The kids are cute in this movie, too. Hello, cutie. The 3 hours was actually pretty quick. Not to me. I have a low attention deficit. If you make me sit and wait for everything, it's not going to work. That cute little girl's got to be like 30 now. Or closer. I hope we see Yellow Jacket in Ant-Man 3. I don't know. Didn't he die in the first one? It's the quantum realm. Maybe he's in there. I just don't want some stupid cameo that doesn't need to be there. Like Eternals had one of the dumbest cameos. You had freaking Harry Styles, who's never coming back because he was killed off in Don't Worry, Darling. And he's not an actor. And then you had a troll. What? What does a troll have to do with the Eternals? That was one of the dumbest decisions that Marvel ever made. It should have been a Disney Plus show, 6 episodes with about 3 or 4 characters. That's it. Not 10. It was just overstuffed with foreign actors, and it was killing me. Gemma Chan is the worst Asian actress I have ever seen. Yeah. Ever on the big screen. I've seen Godzilla actors be better than her with their facial expressions. I might see it again. No. I need some water. Wait a minute. I need some water. I don't think he died. He got trapped in the quantum realm. Well, we'll see. Much better. Those tornadoes look pretty cool. For 2003, yeah. Still looks better than the Hulk or some of the CG in Daredevil. See, a lot of people are watching this. Why? Because it's a Marvel movie. I do a Christmas movie and they don't even show up. Oh well. A person can't get enough of Avatar on the big screen. I'm sorry, that's your thing, Classic Film Collector. That will not be a classic. It's a bunch of blue cats with CGI water. That would bore me in 10 minutes. And Sam Worthington is no Hugh Jackman. He's boring. He's a boring actor. Him I can't stand, Josh. I never liked him. Wrath of the Titans, he's sleepwalking in that as Perseus. Harry Hamlin was better in the original Clash of the Titans. At least Harry Hamlin had a smile on his face. And when he saw Andromeda, he was in love with her in like 5 minutes. With Perseus in the remake and Wrath of the Titans, no. Worthington is just boring. Good. And the X-Jet was always cool in these movies because they looked like the one from the cartoon. And you missed. Of course he saves her, yeah. She's not going to die. Avatar does have its audience, but not a big enough audience like Marvel or DC. And these peanuts are good. It's not, they're not bears. Hey, John, I did a review of Avatar on my YouTube channel. I liked it. It's one of my most viewed movies. If you don't like that movie, then I'm cool with it. I respect your opinion. It's just that it's boring. This movie is only 2 hours. It didn't need another hour to be epic. With Endgame, there's a reason why it was 3 hours. It was an event. We would never see a Marvel movie that long ever again. It's not like Far From Home, No Way Home, Eternals. No, Eternals tried to be Endgame, but it failed miserably. I don't want to sit in the theater for 3 hours. It takes a lot out of me. I feel it in my knees. Let me throw this away. More talking. That was the problem with Eternals. It was way too much talking. I know. Because like I said, I have a short attention span. You got to grab me in the first 10 minutes. If not, I'm bored. Are definitely better. Yeah, they're better because they're not as talky. And it's not just looking at a green screen. You have real people on screen. And Avatar is just blue cats, blue aliens, blue whales, flying dragons and dinosaurs and whatever. It looks fake to me. It looks like a video game. It'd be great if it was a video game, but it's not. So, yeah, that doesn't work for me. It looks like a video game. Even my dad's like, that looks like a video game. Yeah, this is an interesting movie. But why did not Nightcrawler not come back? Because Alan Cumming had to do that god awful Son of the Mask movie, and it ruined his career for a while because he didn't do another mainstream movie for a while after that. His yellow contacts. Babylon, the 3 hour picture with 3% on C plus. Oh no, it can't be. Yes, it can be. The movie's too long. Stop making these movies in December 3 hours or 2.5 hours. I don't want to be in the theater that long. It's freezing outside. Well, today was cold, but not the worst. That's the problem. Like, movies are too long now. I want to see something 3 hours. I can watch it at home. Stop making these movies 3 hours. Directors, you're not making a 10 Oscar nominated film like freaking Titanic or Lord of the Rings or Ben-Hur or even the Mad Max Fury Road. Well, it wasn't that long. It was like 2 hours. But you're not making an epic, a historical epic. You're doing a freaking movie. The masses now, post-COVID, don't want to see a 3 hour movie. We know. Oh, I want to pet your hair so much. I want to just do that. Nice stroke. Hmm. Hmm. Thoughts on Andrew and No Way Home? Andrew. He was fine. It's a lot better than his own movies. Just not great. It was fine because he had other people to interact with. Not lame duck villains. Babylon is Chazelle's first and only movie to get a rotten. Yeah, because it's too long. And it's got Margot Robbie. She's box office poison, guys. Twice. Amsterdam and this year. Then last year was the Suicide Squad. Stop casting her in these long freaking movies. The only time that worked is with Scorsese with The Wolf of Wall Street because nobody knew who she was and she got to show her ass. Wow, I'm creaming my pants. She's Australian. Nobody cares about her. That's not Jean. That's evens a voice. Yeah, evens a voice. Yeah. Hello, you sexy lady lips. Yeah, the female body, there's nothing like it, guys. Trust me. I felt Rachel Lee Cook's hand, and it was so soft. I was like, oh my God. I miss touching a woman. Hmm. I'd admit, do I want a black girl? Hell yeah, I do. I imagine you'd probably say it's the Eternals of his career. Yeah, it was. Because it's overlong. Yeah, those a few years, you mean the next 2 years. Because we don't need any more costumes that are black for the MCU. We need more color. I didn't bother seeing Eternal. It was boring, man. Oh my God. By the time we got to London and they were talking to these kids, I'm like, you lost me, movie. You lost me in the first 20 minutes with these worthless bentos that I don't care about. I don't care about the guy from Game of Thrones. I don't care about Kit Harington from Game of Thrones. And I don't care about Gemma Chan. These people are bentos. They don't belong in this world. They don't belong here. You get it? The cinematic world is my world, my realm. You don't belong in there. Period. Bootleg Superman and bootleg freaking Green Lantern or whatever you want to be. Pyro. Which trailers appeared before your screenings of Black Adam and Wakanda Forever? There was only like one trailer before Black Adam. I think it was some old trailers. I don't. I doubt people will remember Eternals in 5 years, or no one's going to remember it by the time Phase 5 starts. It's already forgotten. It was dumped on Disney Plus earlier this year, and they did a making of. Why would I want to see a making of this boring freaking movie? Kamal Nanjiani, a good actor, wasted. Angelina Jolie, wasted. Leah McHugh, wasted as that little girl. Yeah, I'm not from the South either. And this is when I can handle different accents in a Marvel movie. Now I want it to stop. Enough with the damn accents. Eternals and Black Panther 2 was enough. Not everything in the MCU costume needs to be colorful. I know, Josh. Punisher doesn't, he could wear black. Blade can wear black. But Gwenpool can't wear black. It's not from the comics. She wears pink and white and a mask. Yeah, that ridiculous mask with the googly eyes. Give me that any day over some sanitized version. And beside a wall. Coming back in Deadpool 3, he is coming back. They already confirmed that. I mean, it's a scratch mark right on Deadpool's face. Did the trailer for Oppenheimer appear? No, I'm not going to see that trailer. I'm going to put a blindfold on. Nolan already lost me. Well, I have a southern accent, so that could annoy people. No, yours is not. Oh, yuck, yuck, yuck! Like these guys sound like ridiculous. Him, well, Strikers is not that bad, but I'm saying like in Walton Goggins and Ant Man and the Wasp, it was too much. He's a freaking hillbilly, and it was like, "Are you gonna give me the money or not?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so painful." He sounds like a discount Matthew McConaughey. Wimple isn't. It isn't a bad match. Just you need someone right to make it bearable for me. That's why I said Jessica Roth. The movie's almost done. We got another. Let's see, we're an hour and 20 minutes. about like 55 minutes. I'm not going to see Oppenheimer. He casts too many Bintos in his movies now. Now you got Emily Blunt and Florence Pugh. Hell no, nope. That is not for me. There's no ass worthy of my time there. Not one. I don't think Jessica Rae should do it. Why? Why? She's done the freaking Happy Death Day movies. I could take this hat off. It's not even a Marvel hat. Before I forget, I think this movie is on par with the 2000 movie. It is. It's just a little long. The 2000 movie was about 95 minutes. This one, they made it much longer. That wasn't Wolverine. That was awesome. Haha. Extreme Spidey guy. Also looking forward to X-Men 97. Yeah. I think this and the 2000 movie are good, but not great. And The Last Stand is Last Stand is a disappointment because I was really looking forward to it. And people die in it for no reason. Cyclops and Xavier die for no reason, for shock value. And it pissed me off because it was Jean that had to do it. And then Magneto gets cured, but that doesn't fit either because at the end of the movie, he's still moving a chess piece with his hand. So it leads to nothing. I just want to see Roth play more normal characters, and not be typecast as a psychopath. Look at her; she's too sexy and sweet. Again, but to someone to play Gwenpool, there's no way they can't. They can't be. They don't have to be nuts like Miley Cyrus, but because that would be too spot on. It can't be somebody that's going to be holding back. At least the next movie I'm doing is much shorter than this. Gremlins 2. It's a lot shorter. It's only an hour and 40 minutes, not 2 hours. Even her blue legs are sexy in this movie. Under what conditions would you watch the Bad Moms films? Well, those don't have Bintos in it. I'm just not going to watch them till the new year because the Christmas movie, Christmas is over now. Who should play Gwen in the MCU? I don't know because Dove Cameron's already played her in cartoon wise. Mm, yeah, Striker is also a name of a character from Mortal Kombat, one of the Mortal Kombat sequels. Hmm. Yeah, Jean doesn't look like Jean here. She looks like Black Widow. And I'm like, no, that's Scarlett Johansson's role. And when she showed up in that outfit, I couldn't move. In Iron Man 2, when the Christmas movie came out, and you said you didn't want to see it because you didn't want to see the women being dumbasses. It's just you have good actresses talking about men's penises. That's basically what the first two movies were. It's Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis, who I don't care for, and gorgeous Catherine Hahn with that big nose of hers talking about men's private area. That's the movies, guys. There's nothing else. And it's like trying to be Dirty Grandpa or something. She can live action also. After Shazam and the Fury of the Gods, I'm done with the DCU. Well, I'm going to see The Flash. I need that movie. I need it. Just as a personal thing for me. Bruce Davison is kind of underused in this movie. He was in the first one way more. A blue and a green eye. Because everybody's going to be done with the DCU anyway after The Flash. I just want to see it because I want to see my Flash movie come to life. Scarlett was so sexy in Iron Man 2. Yeah. Are you familiar with Jessie Buckley? I don't know. I don't think I've heard of her. You've seen Wolverine and the X-Men and X-Men Evolution? No, I didn't see all of that. I never seen Wolverine the X-Men Evolution. I only saw clips from it. Yeah, that little girl must be at least in her mid-20s now. She's not a little girl anymore. Really? Ow, my neck. I twisted my neck a little bit. Oh. Yeah, there's Cyclops finally, about a half, almost 90 minutes in. How pissed will you be if Sonia Mizuno or here? I don't know who that is. I have no idea. When does this thing expire? Summer. Yeah, August 9th to 2023. So that's good for another 8 months. He lived for almost 8 months. Yeah, we're almost done. And I'm done with the DCU after the Blue Beetle movie. Yeah, I don't want to see the Blue Beetle movie in the theater. Not a big fan of that character. He looks cool, but I'm just not a big fan. Cobra Kai is going to be a perfect Blue Beetle, but we'll see. See, there's a reflection of what she'll be. She's the Japanese Binto actress. You may look her up in the commentary on The Protege. Oh, yeah, I don't care about her either. If it's not Maggie Q, I don't care. I know. We're in the third act of the movie. No! Yeah, there's some hammy acting in the movie, too. I know. We're going to see a lot of them we never seen in the MCU. That's for sure. I watched Knives Out for the first time a couple of years ago. Rewatch. I'm excited to watch Glass Onion. I heard great things about Glass Onion. It's just I don't trust Ryan Johnson. Once you've done The Last Jedi, it's hard to come back from that because you're pissed off an entire legion of fans just for doing stupid things. You have to keep continuity. That's not a suggestion. That's a recommendation. That's a freaking demand. You can't just pretend the last movie never happened. You have to keep going, not go backwards, dumbass. And I hated Looper. I couldn't stand Looper. You saw my commentary for that earlier this year. That was a hard movie to get through. Once Emily Blunt and her stupid kid showed up, it was trying to be this movie, an X-Men movie. Amber Heard, it's fine that you hated British girls. I'm not a fan of them. They sound all the same. They're boring. They sound like robots. They're not sexy. They're all mostly white, and they just don't appeal to me in the slightest. Who's that? Ugh. This is the fight with Logan and Deathstrike, Deathstrike. There's a cool scene. Probably the best fight in the whole movie. I just wish Wolverine was wearing the yellow and black, or just not a black suit. Like he's wearing like a Matrix costume. This was leading to something in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but oh my god, that movie was so bad. It's fine that you're looking forward to the Flash. I'm not. Yeah, but with Ezra Miller, he can never kill my love for the Flash. I wore the costume at Comic Con. Nobody was running away from me. Wolverine's suit looked better in the first movie, in a way. Here she goes. At least you remember this fight. Oops, she has metal fingers. Yeah. Under what conditions would you watch any directed by Darren Aronofsky? I saw Black Swan. I just didn't see Mother because it was pretentious. It was an awesome fight. And Kelly Hu can really do these fight scenes. Aronofsky's not a bad director. It's just he doesn't make his movies too long. Sabrina Carpenter would be a good Gwen. Yeah, she's the age for it. Just don't put Sophie Carson. I don't want to see her in anything. After Songbird, her career is over. Her acting career is pretty much on life support. Get out of here. People annoying me. Ah! I love that. She has healing abilities too. I would not want to fight an Asian woman unless it's Gemma Chan. Oh yeah, I'll take that claw and cut her freaking head off and throw it in that soup. Dove Cameron could be Black Cat. Yeah, if they don't make her gay. To be honest, I forgot about Songbird. Yeah, I don't want to see it. Josh said it was an abomination. I'm like, yeah, and I believe him. You can't reference the pandemic. It was a horrible the thing that happened to people. I got it, and I'm never getting it again. COVID. It was a disaster. Blood. Yeah, there's blood in this movie. There it is. It's not a long fight like the ones in Endgame, but it's still pretty awesome. Aaron Stanford, that's his name, yeah. Surprise! Hopefully, I hope they have a yellow and brown costume. They will. And don't spoil it in the trailer either. I don't want to see any teasing because they did that with Daredevil and he was a cameo in She-Hulk and it was some gay guy that made his costume. Yeah, kiss my ass, Disney Plus. That's why I hated you this year because you made so many stupid mistakes with your Marvel shows. She's leaking now. She's crying like Rick and Morty, that they have like green tears. Hmm. I never had Disney Plus and never will. Well, it's not for everybody. Their Plus is not for me. I prefer the original Disney animated films, their live action films from back in the day, their old Disney Channel movies because they weren't offensive. Now everything needs to be politically correct. Kiss my fat ass, Disney. Stop trying to please everybody. You can't do that. Please families. Can you do that? Please children. Stop trying to please your wallets. That's why 41% of your company plummeted. Marvel is the one that saved your ass. Alan Cumming, Nightcrawler sends Alan Cumming Loki to the 9,000th dimension. Yeah. Yeah, Magneto finally does something. Disney fell off. It did. It was good back in the day. Once they started putting gay pride parades and gay and pandering, forced inclusion and wokeness, it failed. It failed this year. Failed. Elemental, I'm not even that excited about it because if they do the same thing, it's going to fail. And it's trying to be the next Inside Out. They're already doing an Inside Out too. Disney is Inside Out now. What used to be kid friendly now is gay, woke, and inclusive. They have to put every race in the planet just because, but it doesn't feel natural. It feels forced. This movie has a very diverse cast, and it doesn't have like a black Wolverine. That would have been too on the nose. Or they have an Asian girl. Hey, that's diverse enough. In the comics, Storm is black. That's why they made her black here, not to put inclusion. The dark tone works for Batman, yes, and Daredevil, Deadpool, Blade, Punisher. Not for kids. Daredevil was lighthearted though. Dove is bisexual. So what, Josh? It's not going to matter with Disney. They're done with her. She still likes men. So Black Gwenpool, I'll be okay just with Jessica. I'll play someone else. Thanks for agreeing on Naya as Psylocke. Marvel is the only reason Disney's still around. Exactly, because with Star Wars, they haven't done a movie in 3 years. Whoever cast Alan Cumming as Loki should fill in the blank. Tom Hiddleston is Loki. Constantine, I didn't care for that character. Deadpool was never made for kids. Never. I know. Star Wars is doing great with their shows. Yeah, they stumbled a little bit with Andor, but it just wasn't meant for me. And maybe we can get a movie again after Kathleen Kennedy is gone. Yeah, exactly. They were trying to do a Rogue Squadron movie. That would be better because you don't need to put Jedi's and the Force, and you don't have to put female agenda. Damn, that's a great ass. Yeah, I said it. I said it. If Karen did this, forget it. Every guy on the planet will be whacking it in the theater. Every guy that's not gay. Yep. Hmm. That's for being a douchebag in Pixels. He should have killed Stryker. Jodie Comer, no, not for me. Karen would win people over as Mara Jade. Yeah, exactly. She doesn't have to be a sexy character. Just make her like in the cartoons. I mean, in the video game and in the comics. She's a great actress and filmmaker, and she's proven that. Comer. That's a stupid name. She's not a comer. I mean, Deadpool was lighthearted. This ending is kind of weak though, because when Jean tries to, they teased the Phoenix, and look what they did in the third movie. Oh my god, that movie's so painful. What they did with her the most, because the cure that could have went somewhere. Some of the X-Men got cured. I get it. Some of the characters got cured of their mutants. It was like the vaccine. It was like what it is now for COVID. It's real water too. It's not CGI water like in Avatar. I know. So is Disney. The Star Wars TV shows like The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett are better. Yeah. And I enjoyed Obi-Wan for what it was. Yes, he is. Should have killed him. I think he should have just chopped his head off. I've seen the first two episodes of Andor and they were good in my opinion. It's just this it's just too much talking. There's way too much talking in it. And I don't like that actor, Diego Luna. He wishes he was Pedro Pascal. I think this movie's a little bit too long, though. I think an hour and 45 minutes would have been good enough, or an hour and 50. But 2 hours and 13 minutes is a little much. That's why the Last Stand they cut the running time a little bit, but it still feels too long because they put too many characters in for to fill time. Again, he should have just went because in Logan he has no problem killing people and really violently too. Ooh, because did you see what he does to a guy's face? He literally slashes his face off. I was like, good God, that's too much. And they say movies are violent now. Yeah, watch Logan again and see how graphic that movie is. Yeah, and with the other Nightcrawler, they did nothing with him except for the fight scene with the Angel in Apocalypse. What else does he do in the movie? Nothing. He's barely in the movie. Yeah, he's barely in the movie. That Mandalorian is still the best. That's still the king of Disney Plus. Without Mando, there is no Disney Plus. He's the plus that should have been there the whole time. He carries the Disney Plus name. Karen can be sexy and badass like the games, or that cutie from Jack the Giant Slayer could do that. Do it. Mara is amazing. I just think Naya's Psylocke would steal your heart. Yeah, even though I think Olivia Munn was so sexy in that outfit, and they went for it. It's comic book accurate. A little girl scaring the little girl. Yeah, that little girl's so cute. She must be like in her 20s now. Both of her eyes. Is a Striker a psychic or something? Because he's like, no, it won't. Because in X-Men Origins Wolverine, there's no Magneto. They were supposed to do an X-Men Origins Magneto, but Wolverine, the Wolverine was such a bad movie. The X-Men Origins Wolverine that it killed all the prequels and it just made his origin in First Class. But that movie was boring. It was as long as this movie, and it didn't need to be. Psylocke is a comic accurate, and people love that outfit. Yeah, it's sexy. WandaVision is the queen of Disney Plus. Yeah, for now, because She-Hulk didn't even come close. Olivia Munn can get it. Yeah, she can get it. Her gorgeous ass and that freckled body face of hers, and those squinty eyes and long voluminous hair. I don't know who that old guy is. Even to this day, I've seen the movie several times, and I don't know who he is. A cute little girl. Yeah, it's just a self-conscious. It's not really. It's an illusion. X and Origins is a train wreck. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. First class was average. It wasn't good. People said it's a good movie. I'm like, I was bored out of my mind. It's trying to be a prequel, but then they reference the other movies, and I'm like, you don't need to do that. I don't need to see Logan Thayer saying "Go fuck yourself." No, you didn't need that. That it was funny, but that didn't fit in the movie. It just felt really forced. And also, I didn't care about seeing Rebecca Romaine as a reporter. It's like trying to connect to the third one, and I'm like, it's a reboot. I think you could have done something different. That what didn't suck. My most anticipated movie 23 is Across the Spider-Verse. I know that's Watch Mojo's one too. It's just the first one. The animation took some getting used to in the first one, and the seizure-inducing pink lights. I don't want to see that in Across the Spider-Verse. I mean it. I don't want to see ping, 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 pink lights. No pink lights, please. Tone down the light, the crazy lights. That's the problem. It wasn't the animated faces or the expressions or the costumes. It was the pink lights. That train scene was seizure inducing. That's why some people didn't see the movie, Josh. People that suffer from epileptic seizures can never see Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse because it's too flashy. Strobe lights are bad. Rooney Mara and Carrie Mulligan are your age, you know. I know, but Rooney Mara's already with somebody, and I don't care about Carrie. Never did. She's like the bootleg Michelle Williams. I don't care that movie she did with Zoe Kazan. I don't care. You're boring, okay? You're boring. If you're a Binto, you're boring to me 90% of the time. Emily Mortimer is older and she's an attractive woman with a cute little face and a soft voice. She's not a loud Binto like Keira Knightley or the hobo, which I'm not going to reference her name. Mm-hmm. We're almost done, guys. We got a few more minutes. It's a little long. That's why I didn't want to do this movie for a while because of how long it was. But I'm doing it now. Last Stand, I'll probably do that next year if I can see it on Disney Plus. But I'm not making any promises. I still got to do the other ones. I got to do Logan. I got to do Days of Future Past, the Road Cut. I got to do the This looks like a Twilight movie, like when the snow, like they did in Eclipse. Yeah, and that will come out a few years after this. So Wolverine carrying a kid. That's like the ending of the Batman. They want as a Invisible Woman, but it's rumored it's going to be a diversity hire, and I don't know. After Bloodshot, I don't know because Bloodshot was terrible. She was underused in that, and also in Godzilla versus Kong, she dies in that. So they keep underusing her in movies. Last time she was good was Baby Driver, and that's only because Lily James does nothing for me. So I'm like, who's the other chick? Oh, her? Okay. I like looking at the Spanish version of Gal Gadot. It's a young boy. He's not a. He's a living creature. The Venom movies have been lame. Yeah, they're horrible. They're cartoons. They're not funny too. It's cringe. It's cringe humor. It's not Guardians of the Galaxy. I know William Stryker. Yeah, I know. It's not going to be you though. It's probably going to be uh, Doctor Doom or Galactus or something like that. I think Isaac can do it, and she deserves to have a character like that, or at least an Elektra. Yeah, like Elektra would be probably better for her. It's a good actress and a sexy Latina Gal Gadot. That movie with her and Gold Kazan is called She Said. Yeah, it's about Harvey Weinstein, what he did. No thanks. And it came on the same day as The Menu. That's why it bombed. I'd rather see The Menu. At least there's food in that. The dam broke. At least the water's real. It's not the CGI water. Maria Schrader, the director of She Said, also directed I'm Your Man, which I never heard of. Zoe Kazan, I liked her in me and Orson Welles. GTA, I don't have a PS4. Don't BR. Don't BR. I don't know what don't BR means. Because this buildup was all for nothing. In this and an Apocalypse. Because Sophie Turner, we didn't get to know her as Jean. She just So because with her, we never got to see her as Jean. We got to see her tortured, and that's it, and being scared of everything. Nothing interesting about that. Here comes the rain. Here comes the water and the snow. Santa Claus is coming to town. Is greater than Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's fine. I'm not talking about Christmas. It's over already. So no more Christmas in the chat. We're done. It's Kwanzaa now. She's not letting you. Nah, they could have flown away. James Marsden can act more with his mouth than someone like this guy did in RoboCop 2014. Yeah, more with his mouth and his facial expressions without the eyes than a lot of other actors. Yeah, tease the Dark Phoenix, which is going to mean nothing. Captain Marvel already kicked your ass twice. Yeah, in the Captain Marvel movie and Endgame. That's how you do a powerful woman the right way, no matter what people say. What's your favorite X-Men movie? It was this one, but I feel like this is too long. Yeah, it'd probably be a tie, but I haven't said what this one or Days of Future Past. It depends. What's your favorite? Because it wasn't the first one. I do like the first one. The first X-Men movie. It was the first one I saw in the theater, and three is my least favorite of the first three. Now, of the other ones, yeah, like I said, Days of Future Past is the best one of the X-Men movies. Because Deadpool, I just feel is it's not too long, it's not too short. It's like right, just right. And the podcast is ruined. I just think there's some things in this movie that could have been shorter in the beginning. Not the scene in the White House with Nightcrawler. That was cool. I'm saying like some of the talking. What I got for Christmas, a PS5. Good for you, little Sims. You can play that throughout next year. Hmm. But this has the same problem that Spider-Man 2 and also Superman 2 has, that the next one was a bit of a step down, but they still were entertaining, Spider-Man 3 and Superman 3, but they're not as good as the first two. I look forward to seeing your rant on Nope. I'm not seeing Nope. Not right now. It's just, Jordan Peele is like he's making movies for black audiences instead of everybody. That's why his movies are so divisive. Nope, Us, and Get Out, they're not for everybody. He's like the new Spike Lee. I'm making movies for black people instead of everybody or most people. So long. But at least I don't have to do another X-Men movie till next year. The next few movies I'm doing is Gremlins 2, Space Jam: A New Legacy, and Trading Places, which are all under 2 hours at least. Everyone does see Jordan Peele stuff, but he wants to respect his black culture. Yeah, but you don't have to preach. Just don't be like Tyler Perry. Don't be like freaking Spike Lee. We get it. Prejudice sucks. We get it. You Wrong. He makes movies for everybody. I'm white and I love all of 3 of his films. I haven't seen any of his films. The last film I saw with him was Keanu because that was hilarious. It wasn't just black dialogue and stereotypes. It was funny. It wasn't for everybody clearly because some of the jokes people were a little bit like, this is so offensive. They're saying the N-word everywhere. He says that in his movies. What can I say? Again, he thinks he's Spike Lee or Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, the movie's almost done. He makes it for everybody. My parents don't watch Get Out because they hate horror movies. And Nope is not going to be for everybody. The bit on the nose. He always has to get somebody black or somebody British that's black. It's not the same thing, Jordan. Sorry, you're light brown. Kaluuya is like dark as a night sky. And he's going to be in Across the Spider-Verse. He's not going to be a major role. It's going to be a supporting role. This is Miles' story still. It's not somebody else's. Predict that between 2020 we'll finally rent on Moonlight and Brokeback Mountain. Why? Because they're gay? I already knew that. And by 2050, YouTube probably won't even exist by then. You can't see things before they happen, Classic Film Collector. I can. We all have to. The kids. Who's that Asian girl? Was that Jubilee? Because with how many characters are in these movies, yeah, it's hard to keep track of them. How come YouTube won't exist by 2050? We don't know what's going to exist by then. There could be like the next. We might have a PS30 by then. I'm just living in the present, not the future. The present is 2022, and soon the future will be 2023, and no one will stand in my way. Nobody. Nobody. The mountains. Is Luke up there? There's a Dark Phoenix that they're going to screw up twice. Well, that was X-Men 2, X-Men United. 2 hours and 5 minutes. I think it could have been like the extra 5 minutes are not needed. These writers sometimes they want to write too much in one movie. Save it for the next film, but they didn't, because the next movie is a huge letdown. The movie has way more issues because the fact that Singer didn't come back was just dumb. They didn't even let him finish his trilogy. That's why they brought him back for Days of Future Past, so he could do X-Men 3 the right way this time. It wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better than X-Men The Last Stand. Well, that was a fun podcast. A little long, but at least it was not 2.5 hours. Thanks for watching, guys, all of yous. And see this if you haven't seen this. It's on Disney Plus, so you can actually watch this. And they didn't alter it. So thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Laters. End.